What's up guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Omega and Alpha Sapphire Mega Evolution speculation video. So, today we're looking at some more Mega Evolutions from the Sinnoh region that I could possibly see happening in the future, maybe in Omega Alpha Sapphire, or maybe even further onwards to Gen 7 and beyond. Anyway, so again, from the Sinnoh region, we get to the end of the decks now, so we're looking at the cool Pokemon, sort of the evolutions that were introduced in Generation 4. So I guess we'll just get straight on with it, and as usual guys, be sure to let me know what you think of each Mega Evolution down below in the comment section, and just suggest anything else you can. So, let's get going! First up today we have Yanmega, or looking at possibly Mega Yanmega. Yanmega is a bug flying type. It's a half decent Pokemon. It's not amazing, well it is pretty good actually. It's got speed boost as a basic ability, or hidden ability, or one of those. I think it's hidden, I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, Mega is really quite a fast Pokemon, especially if you can get some speed boosts up. It is pretty powerful, however, it is just, the only thing that lets it down is its frailty, but that doesn't really matter too much, especially since you're very fast and you're, pretty powerful as well. So, what would a Mega Yanmega look like? Now, I love this design. This design looks pretty darn cool. There's not a huge amount of change in Yanmega itself, but you can see it's bulked up a lot. First off, I guess the first thing we'd like is its wings. Rather than having two wings on each side and these being sort of like, smooth and curved, it has three wings and they're very spiked at the edge. So they're sort of harsher wings, I guess. To go with this, it has harsher spikes on its back. Rather than the spikes sort of heading straight up, just down the middle, it has them curving back, and as well as down the middle, it now has them down the sides too. Its tail is slightly less, it seems to be slightly shorter, but it's sort of more, it's straighter. It just goes straight out the back of Yanmega there, rather than sort of curving up, so it looks more rigid, I guess you could say. In terms of its face, you can see its eyes have sort of bulked up a bit. They've gotten a bit sort of, I guess, longer around the face, and the black lines have certainly bulked and buffed up a bit. And it has two sets of teeth at either side of its little beak, little jaw thing, rather than just the one tooth. Its legs have also sort of, I guess, bulked up slightly. Instead of just being black legs, as you can see in the original design, it now has a black sort of lower leg, and then the green comes out, and then it has a very nice and long claw at the end with two smaller claws sort of before that. So overall, I actually love this design for Mega Yanmega. I would change it one or two bits. Maybe its face just sort of, it looks a bit too crowned on its face now, so maybe making that a bit bigger, or maybe just sort of removing the extra teeth, I'm not sure, or maybe just sort of redesigning the beak itself. But overall, I love that design. So, what type would Mega Yanmega be? Now, it could stay bug flying, that's a very big possibility, but the typing I want to see for Mega Yanmega, and I'm sure many of you will know what type is and want it as well, is Bug Dragon type. We've never had a Bug Dragon type, and I think it would be awesome to get a Bug Dragon type, because Yanmega is based on a Dragonfly, or Yanma is as well. So a Bug Dragon type, so a Dragon Bug, would make a lot of sense. Obviously it loses the Flying type, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. It loses its weakness to Electric type moves and actually gains a resistance to them because of the Dragon type. It does gain a weakness to Dragon, does gain a weakness to Fairy. But these are little things, guys, these little things. I think overall, it would be a good addition. Obviously though, Yanmega doesn't actually have any access to any Dragon type moves, I don't think, or any decent ones at least. The one I could think would really work well for it is Dragon Pulse, so possibly if it got that via Tutor or TM, or not TM, breeding wise, I think that'd be pretty good for Mega Yanmega to have. So Bug Buzz, Dragon Pulse, Air Slash, and then I don't know what the last one would be, Protect possibly, so you can use your speed boost, who knows. Stat change wise, I would say it becoming, well, it's a special attacker in the first place, so I'd see that rising a fair bit, and its speed I would also see going up even more, just because it's bulked up its wings pretty much, and it's bulked up, it's going to be more powerful generally, so I feel that a special attack rise and speed rise would be the most likely and the most preferred stat changes there. Then, ability-wise for Mega Yanmega. First up, it could keep speed boost, it could carry speed boost over, but is that the best thing you could do? Who knows? Obviously then it would allow you to get speed boost out of your Mega Yanmega and get even higher speed, but you could see it in the other way that if you get enough speed boost before, then when you Mega Evolve you get speed boost anyway, so like, you could, as I said just then, you could run Protect, so you could Protect on the first turn as a normal Yanmega, get a speed boost, then Mega Evolve the next turn, and have a Mega with one speed boost, sort of thing like that. Or you could just try and risk it and stay in normal Yanmega form as much as you could, but obviously it's risky, so who knows. One of the other abilities I thought of for Mega Yanmega, just a bit weird, is Levitate. This would still give it its ground immunity, because obviously losing the Flying type makes it vulnerable to ground type moves, whereas Levitate would sort of bring that back. Levitate would make a lot of sense, to be honest, as well, because Dragonflies, you know, you see the little wings like flapping down like really quickly and sort of thing. So it's sort of levitating in the air there, if you get what I mean. So that's certainly an idea I had there. Then another ability idea is Aerolate, because that would change normal type moves into flying type moves. Obviously, it's lost its flying type stab if it goes to Bug Dragon type, and it has Air Slash anyway as a decent move. But I don't know, Aerolate is a possibility. I feel like it would just work well on Mega Yanmega. I don't quite know why. Don't ask me why, guys. I just feel like it would, but I prefer definitely one of the other abilities before that. And then finally, the last one I had was Compound Eyes, which I think increases accuracy if I remember correctly, which would work well for Air Slash, because then Air Slash have, you know, instead of missing every now and again, you're always, I think it's, I don't know, would it always guaranteed to hit, or most likely guaranteed to hit sort of thing, or, you know, have a higher chance to hit, which will allow you to use flinch a lot more with the Air Slash and be more sort of reliable with that. Obviously you can't predict the flinch, but you guys get what I mean there. Plus Compound Eyes would make a lot of sense in terms of design, because if you look at its eyes, they're sort of they're bug-like eyes. That's sort of what Compound Eyes is all about. But I don't know, Speed Boost, I don't think Speed Boost would be a good ability for it. I would love to see Levitate, just to see how it would work out and how much it would benefit from it, or possibly Compound Eyes. Aerolate, not so much, but I thought I'd list it just because it seems to work well for Mega Yanmega. Don't ask me why, guys, I just feel like it would. But that's going to be it for Mega Yanmega, guys. I didn't even point out, it's Mega Yanmega. So, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think down below about Mega Yanmega. Would you see it happening if possible? Would you see it as Bug Dragon type? Let me know down below. And also about the abilities too. Which one would you prefer to have on your Mega Yanmega? So, now let's move on to the second Pokemon for today, which is going to be Gliscor, looking at the possibility of a Mega Gliscor. So, Gliscor is a ground flying type, very defensive Pokemon, not very special defensive though. Obviously has a 4 times weakness to ice, which is where it really gets let down, but Mega Gliscor, or Gliscor, is really, it's an annoying Pokemon because it has Toxic Heal, or not Toxic Heal, Poison Heal, as a normal ability, or as a hidden ability rather, which allows it to heal itself if it's poisoned. So depending on the Toxic Orb and Substitute, and it gets really annoying if you don't have anything to deal with it, so Gliscor can be quite annoying. What would Mega Gliscor look like? I like this design a lot, really. It's become, you can see, first off, its wings aren't really gliding wings anymore. You can see they've actually opened up, so they're more like flying wings, I guess. Its claws have not really changed a huge amount. They've gotten sort of black hands, I guess, below the claws, but apart from that, no huge change. Its face, it's sort of, you know, its face and such, it's gotten bigger teeth at the top, and the teeth are actually sort of poking upwards rather than pointing downwards now, which I quite like a lot. And its tongue has now come out to play, and its tongue has got a little like notch taken out the end of it, which I really like. It looks really sort of, I don't know if it looks cool or not, but I really like it nonetheless. And you can see its tail's got a bit more limber too. Instead of being a sort of a joining of balls down to the tail, it's actually got, you know, 2 balls under its abdomen, and then it's got a long sort of, I guess, a tail, I guess you could say, to this huge pincer at the bottom, which is obviously a normal Gliscor's design. You just never see it because it's never used. But I like the design there, so it's a pretty good design in my opinion. What typing would I see for Mega Gliscor? I'd say ground flying. I can't see it, you know, changing or losing the typing, especially with this design. It has to keep the flying type, and a ground type sort of makes it how it is. It could possibly, I guess, go to poison flying just because of how it's a scorpion sort of thing, or ground poison, maybe something like that. I don't know, but I'd say ground type. Ground typing, yes, ground typing. Ground flying would be the most likely typing to see. Stat change rise for Mega Gliscor. Now this sort of goes along with the design. I would say an attack and a speed rise. So instead of just more sort of building Gliscor even more bulky, I would see it becoming more offensive and more fast as well. But especially with, you know, as I said, new design. It's got wings that can fly faster with, and it's got this huge, I guess, more usable tail now to do more damage with. So I don't know. I wouldn't like to see a defensive Mega Gliscor because then it would just get too ridiculous. It'd be, you know, it's obviously annoying enough, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I would like to see an offensive Mega Gliscor instead. Ability wise, as I said, it could have Poison Heal, which is, you know, hidden ability, but I mean, you can't have a Toxic Orb if you're going to use Mega Gliscor, so you're not going to be able to get poisoned very reliably, so that's sort of why it might not be very useful. So if there was a defensive Mega Gliscor, it might not be as bad as normal Gliscor, who knows. It depends how everything else works out, but obviously Poison Heal is a possibility for it to have, but like, I don't know if it would work very well, who knows. The other ability I've listed here, I couldn't really think of much else to Mega Gliscor, to be honest, if I'm totally honest with you guys. But the other one listed here is Poison Touch, looking particularly at this pincer here. It's a little pincer at the end, or the 2 pincers on its arms. I mean, it's a scorpion, so scorpion's poisonous. So poison touch would make a lot of sense, especially the ends of that pincer. That could have poison on him or whatnot. So I don't know, poison touch. I just, for some reason, I feel like it would make sense. And obviously, if I'm building a offensive Mega Gliscor, that means that you're going to be attacking the opponent more, and obviously having a chance to poison them more. So who knows? Who knows, guys? It's just an idea there. But really, that's it for Mega Gliscor. I can't think of much else for it. You know, as I said, I was stumped on the abilities, so you guys have to let me know what you think about Mega Gliscor. Can you see any other abilities that might be helpful? Would you like to see a defensive or a offensive Mega Gliscor? Who knows? Let me know down below, guys, and I guess I'll see what you guys think. But for now, let's move on to the last Pokemon for today, which is going to be Mega Mamoswine. So, Mamoswine is an ice ground type based on a woolly mammoth, which is pretty darn obvious, with the 2 huge tusks coming out the front. It's a really basic design, to be honest, Mega Mamoswine, or normal Mamoswine. It's a big ball of brown fur with 4 legs and feet, with 2 huge tusks, a nose with some, I guess, fur around it, and then just a sort of face mask. So, what would I see Mega Mamoswine becoming? Now, this design doesn't change a huge amount, but I feel like it would be half decent for Mega Mamoswine. First up, you can see it's pretty much the same design, no real change in its sort of size or shape or whatever, but I do quite like it. Its top of its head, its top of its body has now gained sort of like a snow top to its head. I don't know. It's like snow. I don't know exactly what it would be, but it looks like it's just sort of snows resting on it, which is fair enough. Its face mask has turned from white and blue to black and blue, which I really quite like. It's a good change. And it's the fur around its nose has all become like overgrown and ruffly and stuff like that. And along with this, its tusks have gained sort of icicles on the end of them too, frozen ice that sort of trails at the bottom of them, which I really quite like because obviously it's an ice type. So see, if you look at Mamoswine normally, if you didn't know that, I guess, woolly mammoths lived in the tundra sort of thing, you wouldn't necessarily know it was an ice type, so, bring a bit of more ice on the design there. What type am I going to see Mega Mamoswine being? I mean, typing ice, ground, I sort of already said that with the ice type on the tusks. I can't really say it changing at all. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Strategy wise, for Mega Mamoswine, I would say becoming a defensive Mega Evolution. So having a rise in defense and a rise in speed too. I know defense and speed is a bit weird, rather than just both defenses, but I would say a rise in speed too. Becoming faster and more defensive, so it'd be an interesting set. So it wouldn't have like huge attack, it wouldn't have huge defenses, but it would have like a decent speed. I don't know if you guys understand that, but you guys get what I mean there. I would say a fast defensive Pokemon. Interesting, I know. Ability wise for Mega Mamoswine, I think Mold Break would be a really cool ability for Mega Mamoswine, because Earthquake would then be able to hit everything, or not everything, but be able to hit through Levitate sort of thing, and it would obviously help out with some other moves as well, I'm sure. I feel like Mold Break would just fit it. It would just fit it. I don't know. Or the other ability I thought of was Refrigerate. Mamoswine's got some decent ice type moves, but Return would be more powerful than Icicle Crash, so I would really like to see that indeed, because that would give it a really powerful ice type stab move. So that would be interesting to see as well. So either of those abilities I think would be really nice to see for Mega Mamoswine. But you guys have to let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What do you think of Mega Mamoswine? Do you think it's going to be a good Mega Evolution if it comes around? Do you think it's going to be defensive like I said, or do you think it's going to become really offensive with really high speed and whatnot? And also let me know about the ability too. Mold Breaker, Refrigerate, or something else. Let me know down below, guys. And that's going to be it for Mega Mamoswine. As I said previously, please be sure to let me know what you think about the other two, Mega Yanmega and Mega Gliscor too. But for now, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button down below. And as I said, drop a comment down in the comments section. But for now, I shall be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.